In the fourth episode, Ted and the players from AFC Richmond get ready to face Nate's skilled West Ham United. While this is happening, Keely, Rebecca, Ted, and Nate all struggle with difficult feelings related to their personal lives. The Richmond players, on the other hand, feel betrayed after a startling disclosure. Viewers must therefore ponder whether the highly anticipated game will be decided by the off-field issues. In that case, here is everything you need to know about the ending of Ted Lasso Season 3, Episode 4. In the first scene in the fourth episode, Roy knocks on Jamie's door. Roy brings Jamie to the gym because he wants to beat Zava at 4 in the morning. After staying the night at Ted's house, Flo Sassy Collins awakens in a different place. Ted approaches Sassy and invites her out on a date, but she quickly rejects. Ted insists they are a good match, but Sassy labels him an emotional mess and brings up his divorce. Sassy does not want to sour their informal friendship for this reason. Rebecca and Keely talk about Rupert's remarks about Richmond at Keely's workplace. Later, Barbara asks Keely to give her 2 seats to the West Ham United vs AFC Richmond game because Jack, the VC who had invested in Keely's PR company, is in town. Jack and Barbara are welcomed to Rebecca's room. While Richmond is sponsored by the dating app Banter, Shandy is working on a promotional effort for the company. She is collaborating with the AFC Richmond players to highlight the app's underutilized features. Coach Beard and Roy prepare their strategy for their clash with Nate's West Ham at the practice ground. They intend to use a false 9 configuration to trick Nate. Leslie points out that Zava might object to a deeper position, though. Ted asks Roy, Leslie, and Coach Beard about their opinions of him. However, the topic soon shifts to Nate's departure and the hurtful remarks he made to Ted. Later, Zava exhorts the players to be authentic both on and off the field. Following Zava's departure, Isaac and Jamie make an effort to inspire the squad ahead of their game against West Ham. The Believe poster in the dressing, however, has been torn in 2, which the team finds out. In a different setting, Nate gets ready for the game against Richmond, but is anxious to see Ted for the first time since leaving his old squad. While filming the Banter advertising video at the club, Shandy asks Keely if it's alright if she has a sexual relationship with Jamie. But despite their breakup, Keely still seems to harbor some lingering emotions for Jamie. Coach Beard and Roy find out that Nate tore the picture in the locker room with Trent's assistance. According to the coaches, showing the players the video will inspire them to perform well against Nate's team. Ted, however, is adamant that they not use the video to obtain a psychological edge over their rivals. Ted experiences emotional vulnerability prior to the engagement as a result of Michelle dating Dr. Jacob and Sassy's remarks. While Rebecca comforts Ted, she increases the coach's pressure to defeat her ex-husband's squad. Keely, Rebecca, Shandy, and Leslie encounter Jack at the London Stadium, the home of West Ham United, and are shocked to learn that she is a woman. In the end, Ted encounters Nate in an elevator. Rupert steps in and orders Nate to destroy Richmond during the game as Nate attempts to apologize to Ted. In the episode, Richmond and West Ham are expected to play a close game because both teams are in excellent condition. Jamie nearly scored for Richmond early in the contest but hit the crossbar. Thierry Zeroufs, Richmond's goalkeeper, also puts in a standout performance to keep West Ham from taking advantage of some of their opportunities. However, Richmond controls the majority of the ball until a few minutes before halftime, when they succumb to a counterattack. Richmond, despite playing better football for the majority of the first half, is caught off guard by West Ham's high press at the restart, and they trail 2-0 going into the interval. Rebecca's presence increases Ted's pressure to triumph during the break. The squad is inspired by the video of Nate tearing the poster by Roy and Coach Beard. However, when the Richmond players start making snap judgments, their strategy backfires and the game degenerates into violence. Before the end of the game, Richmond gave up a few more goals and had several players sent off. In the end, Richmond is defeated 4-1, suffering a painful defeat. When the game is over, Nate ignores Ted and joins his team in jubilation. Following the game, Rebecca discovers Rupert cheating on his wife and issues him a warning. Ted calls Michelle when he gets home and tells her how he really feels about her dating their old therapist, Dr. Jacob. As Ted is forced to face his own flaws and insecurities, and his team battles to maintain their identity, the episode comes to a bittersweet conclusion.